Hey there, Alex here with Lucksack Games, and let's go ahead and run through a Legacy League with Red Black Reanimator. If we can win some dice rolls and put some Gristlebrands in play turn one. Lost the die roll playing against a player named Boyer. Alright, we're going to go ahead and keep because this hand has the Villa's Reanimate combat. Hoping our opponent plays a forest into Tropical Island X-String. Alright. Dark Ritual. Flick and Unmask is pretty darn good. Alright, so let's start by doing that. Unmask you pitching Thoughtseize. Let's take a peek. Have opponent. What are the cards in your hand? I figured one of them was probably why I did it this way. Let's go ahead and fetch here. Swamp. Unmask ourselves instead. This Villas is pretty good. Alright, so we get to highlight how Villas works with Reanimate. Sweet. So with Villas and Reanimate, we will lose 8 life and then draw 8 cards. And as I was saying, if we hit the slowest pedal, we can Dark Ritual to keep going. We're killing Hex Drinker here. I'm drawing a minimum of 2 more cards probably, maybe 4. Alright, taking on letting Dark Ritual resolve, which is interesting. Do you think they actually have something, or do you think they're just wondering what Villas is doing here? So we're going to draw the 2 cards first. And that thing's going to die. Alright. Game 2. Opponent's clearly on Rug. Rug's a little bit of a rough match. Elishnorn's Orange great. Ashen Rider's medium. Let's play. I'm glad I got to, with the very first game, show off how, making sure I'm recording, show off that Villas is indeed, pretty reasonable in this deck. So we're gonna mulligan this. It's kind of a do-nothing hand. This hand is great. Keep it. We'll put this lowest pedal on bottom. We're going to pregame a Chancellor, and we're going to let our opponent do what they're going to do. Alright, so since they ain't doing anything on 1, I think what we're doing on 1 is the same thing. Nothing. But we're not even making a land drop. We only have 1 land anyways. Trigger. Next turn we'll be able to draw and discard this Chancellor. Yeah. Chancellor, go ahead. Wife's not bad. Lowest pedal's pretty darn good too. Find out what our opponent's working with over there. do you have, opponent? What spells do you have? Spell Pierce and Force? That's pretty expected. Take the Spell Pierce. Fetch. Animate Chancellor. They'll force it. Perfect. So they have Delver in hand. That's it. Only has Delver in. Insane draw. Hopefully a shuffle off of it. There's no shuffle. Okay. So, obviously, opponent has some form of interaction there. We're going to take Brainstorm, leave them with Force. Chance on the battlefield, and we begin our staring contest. They were pretty favored to win this eventually. So, this Chancellor is only buying us time. It's not winning us the game. Easy pass. If we attack, we die, so let's avoid doing that. Second Goyf is also not good for us. That's fine. Alright, well. We are unlikely to draw enough rituals to cast this Crystal Brand in time. But we really want to draw a Faithless Looting, I believe. So we will fetch during our upkeep, assuming we're still alive. Alright, let's find out what our opponent casts. Probably trading it in for a Ponder. It is indeed trading it in for a Ponder. But Chancellor triggers on those two, so that's fine. Shame, if we had, instead of Chancellor, gone for discarding Gristlebrand, we probably win this game easily. Alright, so opponent's Wasteland's about to be online. Dead. Not quite yet, right? Definitely a piece of the puzzle. Means Entomb is absolutely insane. Alright, so we know they have Force. Chancellor's literally doing nothing but bouncing off of his Goyf. If he ever draws a Bolt, he can just attack with the Goyf. It's 2 Dark Rituals, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6. One more Dark Ritual off the top, boys. Shame Animate Dead reduces the power. Because otherwise we would have been able to Animate Dead the Dreadhorde Arcanist in order to cast the Dark Ritual on it again, but during combat, Mound is not too useful anyways. Well, they do the Bolt, so good for them. Yep. But we know they have the Force, so we have to draw a second reanimation spell just to stay alive. See what we get. Thoughtseize. Does technically keep us alive. So, Dark Ritual. Floats 3 blue and Force of Negations in. That's fine. Dark Ritual. And they had the days. Alright. Good game 2. Game 3 on the play. I like what we're doing. Let's go. Its interaction is usually 1 and 2 mana blue spell, 1, 2, and 5 mana blue spells. So that they pay 0, 0, and 1 mana for. Opponents reboarding for their game, as most players should. They should look at their board, reevaluate their position in game, and their who's the beatdown. You don't always consistently remain the beatdown. I like pay first, yes, and then his hand is terrible. So let's go ahead and mulligan it. And also has a lot of wrong half problems. We'll go ahead and keep this. The plan is to steal a Goyf. Let's see if it works. Can I have a Tarmogoyf, please? Days, Delver, sure. I mean, we Delver now, boys. We Delver now. Animate targeting Delver. We'll take 1. We are now the Delver player. So let's hope we get the blind flip, like a good Delver player. Oh, they drew a 1 mana spell. That's terrible for us. Alright, let's see what happens. I want to reveal this card. Entomb. Yes! Let's go ahead and buzz on in there. For 3. Alright. Then we're going to cast this Entomb. So we can just yield through any turn. They're going to daze it, and that's fine. No. Believe it or not, that was us just gaining some tempo. Trying to keep them off the bolt. Right, let's go ahead and Thoughtseize them. What you have, opponent? Is it another daze? Okay, I'll take the Spell Pierce out of your hand. Get in there for 3. Who else is hoping that this Delver crosses the finish line? I'm hoping this Delver crosses the finish line. Especially as it says it's owned by a lawyer. Gotta try and win against it's controlled by a guy named that, right? Alright, so let's cast Lowe's Pedal. It'll probably be countered. Not gonna be countered. Alright. See if they drew an answer to Intellect Aberration. If not, put him down to 12. Or 11, sorry. And we'll pass the turn. Oof. Brainstorm with a fetch. That's very good for them. Obviously, just hoping that this Insect Aberration stays alive. They probably don't have much removal post board. It's probably mostly oh no, that's the worst removal they could have. Because it gives it back to them. Oh no. It's terrible. Well, that was pretty good finding the Vapor Snag for them. Alright, let's see. Well, you'll throw a return, but they probably still have that return to nature, which means we're dead. And we're dead. Alright, oh well. We tried. We almost got there with Delver. We just needed a few more turns, but our mole was pretty low, and our strategy there was pretty clear. Can't win them all. I was just waiting for our next opponent. Next victim. Still just waiting. Sometimes the Legacy Leagues take them. Let's see. Well, unfortunate how taking the Delver there was definitely equivalent to about the power I was hoping to take off a turn with, so we did have a number of turns. It's unfortunate that Vapor Snag was the particular removal spell that they found, because giving it back to them is huge. Whereas if by chance it had been Lightning Bolt, we would have been much better off. Because Lightning Bolt we could have animated dead and still chunked him for 2. Game went downhill fast, but that's okay. See what we can do next match. Get our head in the game and see if we can knock some heads around. Alright, we've got a victim. We've lost yet another die roll. This guy named Wake. So hand's very medium. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan this. And this hand's great, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it. Keep. Bottom. Done. Free game. Go. Let's use myself. Sweet, Crystal Brand. Go ahead, opponent. Depending on what my opponent does this turn, will depend on whether we go for Reanimate or Exhume. If I feel they're on a fair deck, we will be going for Reanimate. If I feel they're on Storm, we will be going for Exhume. Him to Torok. Well, I believe they are a fair deck. So we will be leading on the Reanimate. We're gonna go ahead and fetch still though. Cast Reanimator on Gristlebrand. Bring the good old boy back. Let's go to 2. Let's take some cards away from you. Sylvan Library, Liliana the Veil, Wasteland, huh? Liliana the Veil just can't stick around, that's no good. Go ahead and yield through end of turn and discard this. Sure. Nice brainstorm. Alright. Shardless, huh? Man, it's been a while since I've seen a player playing Shardless. Like, literally when I first started playing Legacy. So, the deck meant to prey on other fair decks. So, let's... Can't remember if they have cages and such. This is one of those things. Advantages of playing a rogue deck is your opponent doesn't know how to interact with it. I think Liliana is going to be their best hate. Ninja Siona is going to be great. Phyllis is going to be medium. If I remember correctly, they're a mid-rangey Kachiri deck. Go ahead and cut these 2 Chancellors and call it. Get started. It turns out they have ley lines. Then we will bring in our Reverence. Alright, let's find out what our opponent's got. This hand is very reasonable and we will keep it. Unfortunately, this hand is very open to a Wasteland, but that's okay. It is much less open to a Wasteland. Badlands, Faithless Loots. Alright. If my opponent can win through those. Okay, opponent has a million counter spells, but there's nothing we can do about that. So let's cast Reanimate on Gristlebrand again. Get him Surgical. Surgical my Gristlebrand. Thank you. Alright, then we'll probably entomb for Faithless Looting. So there's only one card they could have possibly had there, and it was the Surgical. So it's possible we probably should have drawn to another discard spell. But I think drawing to another reanimation spell is just as fine. So let's go ahead and entomb now. If they have anything they want to say about that. Let's open this Elishnorn. See if they have Liliana. They can't cast Liliana. Theobald's good though. Alright, so this reads discard 2 cards. This reads discard 2. Exactly what we're looking for out of a card, so let's go ahead and yield through end of turn. I think opponent got this one. Yep. Bitter Blossom. Yeah, they're just a value-centric value deck, aren't they? So hopefully we're on the play with the Chancellor trigger this next game. Alright. Just gonna pass through this turn. Gonna yield all the way till the end step. They thought sees us, we get punished a little bit here, but I think that's fine. We are gonna cast Entomb here. I also want access to this. And Entombing Faithless isn't doing it. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and fetch it on up here. This is great. And ask my 4-mana sorcery. Oh. Misplay. Oh, is it? I probably still want to take their best card for a random card. Definitely should have thought about it. Aren't correctly going to hide some information, which is fair. Main reason I'm masking them, I am pretty certain that we have been locked out of this game. So we have to have a reanimation spell that can resolve through whatever our opponent's holding up over there. 7, but they won't be able to activate Turpid if I can get this Ion on. Alright, so once again, I'm trying to get some information on the way out the door. So we are dead. Well, let's see if we can gain something off of it. Okay, I just want to look at the opponent's hand for a moment and go, there was no way we were ever beating this. We're going to go ahead and take a Baleful Strikes. And then concede the game. Alright. The opponent's sideboard strategy is definitely a pile of surgical extractions, which is about what I expected. So, chances are much better on the play. Billis, step aside. Elishon 1 is amazing here, so I'm actually going to use it to replace over Ashen Rider. Ashen Rider is better against Liliana, but what you do. Hoping opponent just doesn't have surgical game 3. Those are the best game 3s. Opponent's hand was stacked, though. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, is it our turn to do something really good? Looks like it's our turn to do something really good. Alright, so let's... Unbox, exile this Thoughtseize. Unmask you. Pitching. Animate Dead, the most interactable. Card you have is Surgical. You also have an Assassin's Trophy. Okay, well we're going to take away your Surgical. And then we're going to put a Gristlebrand into play turn 1. So this is the power of this deck sometimes. It is literally unbeatable. Alright, yep, we got this one. Oh, I had the Surgical too, so we did need to, we wouldn't have gone for it on 1 anyways. We definitely would have Thoughtseize them first, but the ability to go for it on 1 was pretty sweet. Alright. Match 3, let's go. Losing another die roll. Not very good for this deck. Alright. Hand's good, though. So, opponent's gonna take a mulligan. We're going to pregame a Chancellor and then yield through their turn. Trigger. I don't think opponent noticed that we had a Chancellor trigger. Opponent can duress us, but depending on what they take, if they take the Entomb, we're going to Thought Seize. Opponent's hand very low. Alright. So, Storm? Storm? Okay. Storm does not usually play ley lines, so we're not going to board those in, but definitely Villas comes out. And that's just an example of sometimes you switch your threats around. Hand is incredible if we draw any land off the top. Alright, opponent. What have you got? Yes, I realize I'm leaving it to drawing 1 and 14, but keep in mind, we also have Chrome Mox that's live, most Lotus Petals. Alright, we're duressed on 1, that's fine. Gigs up, kept an O-lander. We do have a way to get Gristlebrand in the grave, so they should take the Exhume. They correctly identify that they should take the Exhume. And we pass the turn. The opponent almost certainly Storm. Hopefully it doesn't kill us quite this turn. Like they're still digging. Land? That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, so we're just gonna pass the turn. I just can't believe a decking it with duress would be a fair deck. So we are going to turn off auto yields if our opponent's going to affect. That's fine. I am going to Entomb on there. And I think the card that I'm going to put in is Chancellor, the Annex. Reason why is if they surgical it, that's one of the best things for us to have surgical, and if they don't surgical it, then that's also fine. Looks like their hand has a lot of hate, and that's why they're not killing us yet. Looks like that has just changed that. And that they are going to try and kill us now. So it's an ad nauseum more. 6 mana, opponent. What have you got? Hopefully you didn't miscount. You do it. I'll just sit here. Let me double check. Fine. We actually can't yield. I can't know opponent's grabbing. Past in Flames. Sure, 3. Storm count 9 doesn't kill us here. You have opponent. Storm count 10 does. I believe they have tendrils. I believe them. Well, let's run it back. Yes, we would like to play first. This hand looks like literally the nuts. So, opponent, please don't have double surgical extraction. Please, opponent, have a heart and don't have double surgical extraction. If so, then it's our Chancellor of the Annex against their Storm deck. And I like those odds. Potentially Gristlebrand plus Chancellor, depending on what we draw off this looting. Alright, so counter your first Surgical Extraction, Badlands, Faithless Looting. Oh look, we are gonna get to do both. That is so good. That's so good for us. I'm so happy for us. We even beat Surgical here because we have 2 threats in the grave. Alright, let's draw 7 cards. Let's play his Petal. And let's just exhume this other guy. And we'll just pass the turn and then, okay, we won. Like I said, that hand was ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's why you play this deck, though. Sometimes you just get hands like that. We won a die roll. Alright, we'll go ahead and keep this. We have 12 reanimation effects, and we currently have 2 Faithless Lootings. And this hand has the potential to turn 1. A Gristlebrand, if I draw into the Reanimate. Because of the fast mana. So, let's give it a shot. See what our opponent's doing. They're on a mold of 5 so far. And opponent's cat. Let's find out if it's the Reanimator mirror match. Ideally not. Alright, let's pass through the turn. Alright, mulligan to 5 and just took their draw step. Wasteline's fine. Seems a great draw there, so let's go ahead and Dark Ritual. Exhume. Gristlebrand. I would like to draw 7 cards. I lied. I would like to draw 14 cards. Can I take some of yours away, though? Life from the Low, Molten Vortex, Sylvan Library. We'll take Sylvan Library. Another one to take away, don't worry. Go ahead and take this Molten Vortex away, too. And we'll play out this Petal. And we'll Faithless Looting. Is opponent conceding? Is this a lockup because of concession? Nope. Opponent's still playing. Alright, let's discard a couple threats. Stark Ritual. Let's Animate Dead. Chancellor. And then we'll pass the turn to them. We're going to Entomb too. There's literally no reason not. We'll ditch second Chancellor. Alright, opponent. Show us what you got. Okay, we got it. Alright, some sort of aggro loam deck. That usually means ley lines. Villas usually isn't very good against them. Couple animate dads. Chance one to draw. Seems fine. Let's go. That's pretty good. Reanimator is definitely a deck you want to play if you feel that you can push the bounds of variance. So we get a game worth of discovery to find out if they have ley lines. They do not. Reclaimer pass, huh? Interesting. Oh, there's just insane. Reanimate there is just insane. Alright, let's take away one of their cards. Find out what they have. Pithing Needle, Sphere of Resistance, Crop Rotation, Gamble. I mean, you can crop rot for a land to play the Sphere. Take away the Needle. Hope to draw into the Gristlebrand. Gristlebrand? Ah, no Gristlebrand. Alright. Alright, we get one more spin at it. So let's go for it. Faithless Looting. Show me Gristlebrand. Ah. Unfortunate. Alright, our opponent's gonna lock us pretty hard behind this Sphere if they go crop rot for Ancient Tomb. Not all lists play Ancient Tomb though, so it's very possible they'll have to gamble, in which case they might discard the Sphere. It's a little unfortunate how many cards we looked at without being able to actually stop them. I think we've lost. Cost 2. The fact that they kept a hand based on Sphere of Resistance Pithing Needle tells me there's a very small chance that they actually also have ley line. So I'm down to test that theory and cut these rev silences. Come on, opponent. I believe in you. You can find the line to kill me. Yep, that's the line that kills me. Quite coincidentally. Alright. So, woohoo, we get to go turbo. Chancellor. They're likely a Caracas stack. Alright. Alright. Yes. Mole. Bummer, his hand would be really good with even one land. Mole. Mole. We're on 4 now. 3. Keep. Done. Alright. See if this 3 gets there. We'll likely be wastelanded on 1. That's fine if we can hit exactly the right thing. Okay. A lot of things have to go right for us to win this game. Drawing Grosser Brown is not what we're looking for there. Alright, so during their end step, we're going to go ahead and crack this Entomb. Interesting. In the second main, they're going to do something. Sure. Show of hands. Who has to Entomb? This guy right here. Ooh, I was thinking about Archetype of Endurance too hard and accidentally summoned it to the top of my deck. Oof. What's not good for us there. I believe we have died. Due mostly to horrible mulligans, but we've died nonetheless. Running lands. Let's go. I do not predict. For the record, easy prediction to make. Oh. So until our opponent actually presents a clock, we keep taking draw steps at lands. Oof. Uh-oh, a clock. We're gonna try and get there. I am sure we will not, but that's okay. Opponent porting us during end step to show dominance. Which is fair, they definitely are dominating. Do some math real quick. 3 runner lands in a row just to be able to cast Reanimator. That means it will take 9 damage, unable to reanimate. Deal. Alright. Remember our loss was against lands. So 2 and 2. See if we end this 3 and 2, or if we end this 2 and 3. Let's go! Good match. Yes, we'd love to play first. Maybe we do a little bit better. Great. Put you on the bottom. Bring in effect. Fetch. Unmask itself. Pitch exhume. So we can thought seize whatever their threat is. Let's see if turn 1 Chancellor is good enough. Some matches it is, some matches it isn't. Alright. It was in this one. And our opponent correctly conceded, so now we have no information. I'm gonna put him on Storm and bring this in. Could be wrong. Great. Looks like they are on Storm. Hopefully that slowed them down just enough where they don't kill us now. To turn 1 this Chancellor again. I'm going to turn 2 Chancellor and Thoughtseize them, right? Nah. I'm here to turn 1. My opponent's surgical, they do have surgical. I'll be bummed. Your surgical opponent? Days. Okay. Okay. Are they blue-black Omnitel? Spicy. Days. They're definitely not Storm. If I had a chance to Iona, I definitely will put it on blue. Alright, so I might just go Ancient Tomb here. Nope. Shadow? Not losing much life if it's a Shadow. Can't be that. Bad opponent. Our Storm? Holy shit, it is Storm. It's Storm, but they played Daze, and because they played Daze, that's kind of hilarious. Alright, well, we're not dead, but we're probably dead. Weather Days, huh? Ooh, petition into Past and Flight. You are done drawing cards, opponent. We're gonna fetch because we hope to rip another reanimation effect, and then we should have the game unlocked. Ah, sad face. So, I'm not 100% sure our opponent can kill us next turn. Maybe they can. They probably can. I just wanted to get these out of my hand and pass the turn. They're Storm, but they play Daze. That's super spicy. So, deterministic here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and concede. Storm of. So you have Dazes, huh? I like how my deck's constructed already. I'd like to play first. I would. I'd like to keep this objectively in hand. I would. Play this. Cast an unmasked targeting you. Pitching Gristlebrand, because we will not be putting Gristlebrand in play first. Alright, opponent, let's see. You've got 1,000,000. Wow, what a hand. What a hand. I think this is a hand that actually would have beaten us had we not had just turn one what we're gonna have. Oh, Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize myself, Chancellor. You confirm, and I'm gonna put Chancellor in play. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Your hand is very good. I'm just going to attack you 5 times and hope it's good enough. Go. Admittedly, every time I attack you ad nauseum becomes significantly worse. With a hand like that, means I probably should have gone for Gristlebrand. Do they really have the bounce already? They drew Echoing Truth? Like, first draw step? That'd be rude. It's the only reason they'd be fetching now. That's rough. Ah, sure, triggers. Opponent is going to work their way through their deck, that's for sure. Shame our reanimation was Animate Dead. If it was Exhume, it's a turn off the clock. We're going to keep that in our hand. No reason to play it out with no Faithless Looting in the Grave. We win the game in 2 turns, our opponent wins the game in 2 turns. Let's see how it goes. Lowest Petal is neutral in mana. Sure. They effectively filtered. Last turn. Alright, so they're storing a mana. Alright. Our opponent either kills us next turn or we get them. Let's find out which one it is. I'm not a person that plays Storm, so I do not count this. This is interesting. Okay. I feel like they should have just gone with Dark Ritual. Dazing their own... Oh, this is a concession. Okay. Well played, opponent. It's not? They actually have a plan, huh? Alright. Opponent gets 1 card and 3 black mana. What do you got, opponent? Alright. Looks like we finished 3-2. Very good league. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to hit that like button and leave a comment.